It really does, because my my dad took my guy deer
Don't
hunting.
laugh that much before you get an answer.
It's he took him hunting, to deer hunting, and he did that for a reason, because he know his.
Man, I'm not going hunting with your daddy.
My dad had tested
If
him to
you
see
don't tell your daddy to get on up out of here, I'm not.
Now that's
I'm
pretty
not
dope.
about to
That's
go
pretty dope.
skinning no
my
deers with
That's
your
so
daddy.
country.
my
Listen,
Some
man,
deer hunting.
tell
my
your
daddy
daddy,
took him deer hunting because
tell your daddy deuces. I'm
he wants
not.
to
This
see.
is not
And
1950.
something. He
I'm
wants
not.
to see. He wants to see how patient he was. First of all, he wants to see, because deer hunting takes a lot. You have to,
Nope. Nope.
and you married, so it ain't got nothing to do. But
If I was single, I would not go deer
it,
hunting with your
it, it
daddy.
doesn't matter. But it worked for me. So I just feel like in most cases, you gotta. If a man respects a woman, he gonna make sure he gonna ask about your dad, especially if your dad is in your life. Now, other situations I don't know, but I just feel like if you have a father, and your father brought you up with certain things and certain ways, like with Steve Harvey, with Trigger Mike, with how you raise your daughter, it's gonna be different. So I suggest a man meeting the dad. That's what I. But it's unwise to play hard to get, especially if the man is really showing you that he wants you, and he's trying to get to know you better. Like, why you gotta wait till he texts you back? Text him back. Ask him how his day was. Like, damn, why you gotta wait till he texts you? Like, you're gonna miss out on something good trying to play hard to get for no reason. And if she playing too hard to get, she just don't want you.
Meet
I
the
got a
dad
question.
though.
I got a question about that hunting. Did that just happen now?
No,
More recent? Okay, back in the day. Okay.
no, it went back in the day. It was like,
When when should he meet the daddy?
huh?
When should he meet the dad?
My daddy pretty soon. Cause my daddy was not. See, my dad, he love his grandbabies, and like me, I'm the type of person, like, you gotta be careful. I'm a single mom. You gotta be careful who around your kids and this and that. So my daddy wanted to feel him in first before he even thought about meeting my kids. So it worked.
Ali, what are your thoughts on
Uh,
that?
I mean, I think that the phrase in itself is just a reflection of the dysfunction in society. So, I mean, if a woman's playing hard to get, it's usually she think a lot of women today. I would think they can do better, and they're trying to be bought. But a lot of women that try to play hard to get in today's time, it seems like they're trying to be bought versus the courtship that Trigger Mike was talking about. But then I can say, push back to my own self, people play hard to get because a lot of people just don't know what you get. You know, you could end up being established and dating someone, being married 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and it ends up not being something you thought it was. So it depends, man. Like in today's day and time, I mean, is a reflection of the quality of people when people playing hard to get, because we're addressing women when we talk in this context, correct? If we're living in a utopia, you would think a woman is open to courtship and she should be steadily available for a man who either have a reputation, or a man her fathers know, or just, yeah, a man whose reputation precedes himself. She should be available for that man, because what's yours is yours. But if you're living in today's time in society and you have women that get past the first two, three, four, five guys where they were readily available and didn't know how to pick a man, they go back to that place where they don't trust a man because they didn't know how to pick one, and they 30, 40 years old still playing hard to get and may never end up with a man. So the beginning stage of a woman's life, and having a father and having a healthy relationship with people and knowing how to create healthy relationships, dictates that hard to get. She'll be readily available. She has a good father and good people in her corner where she can pick a good man and know how to great decision. And if she don't have those things and she's relying on her own decisions and being prideful with it, the hard to get is going to be her demise.
I got
I
a
just
few
had deja
points on
vu.
this. I got a few points on this. The first thing is I've seen women with good fathers turn out to be baby mamas. I've seen so many women with good fathers, dudes that care for her, took care of her, all of this other type of stuff, wind up being like a three-time felon, a three-time baby mama, four-time baby mama, whatever, so on and so forth. And so I don't always think that a guy that's necessarily caring is also preparing his daughter effectively on what it takes in order to be in a relationship. He just being a net. He's just catching, you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I'm always take care of you, whatever, so on and so forth. I'm gonna be Papa, whatever. That don't necessarily translate into um her actually finding a good man. That's A. B, I think that a lot of guys truly don't understand how to take rejection, which often at times have created an environment where women have to feel like she got to give you her fake number, because now you're putting pressure on her the minute that she give you the number to make sure that it's her actual real number and all of that, right? But more importantly, the biggest thing that I think that we need to remember is that the quality of the woman, meaning the state that she's in and how many men that she's been through, is often at times going to determine whether or not she truly can play hard to get. Because I think that a woman that is highly coveted, a woman that is highly desirable, and I'm not just talking about looks, I'm talking about a woman that has not been with a lot of guys, that does not have a long dating history. Usually those are women that are younger, that does not have a lot of trauma and bodies and a whole lot of sex and all of that type of stuff. Let's say you find a woman that didn't get bussed down in high school, a woman that nobody has known, right? Let's just say you find a virgin. She 19, 20, 21, whatever. She come from a good family. She's been focused for whatever reason, right? That woman can play hard to get, and she very much should play hard to get, because every dude should not have access to her, which makes her much more valuable to the man that winds up marrying her. But when we talking about these hyenas and these chicks that had already been around the block 19 times, don't you sit here and tell me that I'm going to wait for you. I want the same thing that he got. You've already don't tell me that you're a reformed virgin, because you're not. There ain't no reformed virgins. A rookie can only play in a rookie game one time in the NBA. Right? You only can go to the grade one. You can't do it twice. Don't sit here and talk about how we know that he hit it. And in that case, a guy looks at you as a buzz down. So at that point, you can't sit here and tell me what the quality of you are as a woman, because the value of you is what somebody else is willing to pay for it. In a guy's mind, a woman that we know that have been around the block for an extended period of time, you're not going to sit here and tell me how high quality you are, because everybody done already had it. So I think that the context in this conversation is, at what point does a woman's value start to go down to where we can say that, yo, you can't really play hard to get, you got to take what you can get. And that's what we see happen today. A lot of women have went through these phases. They've had their whole phases. They did what they wanted to do. They turned down the dude that they were supposed to marry for the dude that was big, and he just treated her like a piece of meat. He discarded her, and now she's saying, well, I'm gonna wait for my king. No, kings marry princesses and turn them into queens.